everyone, it is Overburst, so welcome back to another episode of Boom Beach. Today got a very special episode for you guys. This is a task force operation video, and I invited a guest with me today. Who are you, and what are you doing in our task force? What is your role?
I'm GaurAfro. I'm one of the co-leaders of Redemption, and what I mainly do is plan the attacks and help people out with how to attack and use different attack strategies to be successful in operations.
Yeah, couldn't put it a better way. GaurAfro is literally the mastermind or the master brain behind the successful attacks that we're doing within our task force. And the reason why we're here today is because I kind of wanted to give you guys some sort of a behind the scenes kind of look at how we're planning our operations and what you guys can expect if you're going to be becoming a part of Redemption, because we are looking for members. We currently got 24 slots available, and there's a couple of things that you're going to have to take into consideration, which we'll be going over in this very video before you're going to be joining in. But this should be giving you a better perspective of what you can expect whenever we're with us in Redemption. So with that being said, I did an attack, and basically, if you could give us like a breakdown of exactly how it is that you're planning an attack, we can go ahead and watch our attack together. So in 3, 2, 1, let's go.
Okay. So the breakdown of what I'm doing when I'm planning an attack is trying to minimize the possibility of failures. So I try to break up attacks in smaller chunks so that everyone knows exactly what the end goal is and the steps in between to actually achieve that.
Yes.
And this way, the lower level players and the higher level players, they all have things to do in our operations. Mm-hmm. But it enables the lower level players to do something that's achievable for them, and the higher level players to do even more than was initially planned for them to do, because they already know what the next step is. Yeah. And by the way, looking at your attack now, I see you just slightly missed.
Yes, I missed that rocket launcher at the right side. I missed that rocket launcher. I noticed now. I didn't see it earlier, but I slightly missed it. But I'm still managed to take care of that rocket launcher. So essentially, this attack that I did on this operation, on Machina over here, was exactly the screenshot that you saw fading in and fading out. That was the exact plan, what we did. Now, the way we're doing things is every single time we are doing an operation, we take about 1 or 2 hours to plan everything out on our Discord server. And usually GaurAfro is the one, or always, he's the one actually making these screenshots. So if we bring up the screenshot, what we're seeing over here is at the shore, you're going to be needing 3 shock bombs or 3 smokes. And then you see the green line. That is the Alzuka, that is the way Alzukas are going to be landing over there and walking. So at the corner of the shore, you actually see a little red dot. That is a flare. And then the smoke should be covering all the Zukas, and then we're going to be walking to the other spot over there. And that is where the rocket launches were, and that's where I got my units deployed. And then the blue circles are where I need to shock. So that is a really easy way. You cannot go wrong there, honestly, when it comes down to planning an operation attack. And GaurAfro always does this for us in order to make sure that we get the best out of all of our attacks. So I'm just going to show you guys a really amazing attack of Basil. And then I suppose it's a good moment here to talk about some of the fundamentals and what people can expect. So if you can break it down first, that would be amazing.
Yeah. So what we do when we start the operation is I kick off the operations by starting them at GMT +1 at 1900 hours. Mm-hmm. So our local time for me and Rev, because we're in the same country, is 8 o'clock in the evening.
Yes.
This allows everyone to know this time of when the operation starts. So you always know, okay, I'm going to be able to start roughly about this time in the next stop. To make it easier for people all over the world to just plan their attacks, but also so that they can use their boost to in the operation in conjunction with Dr. Terror, with Gerhard, clearing your map. Yeah. So you're actually efficiently planning out your day in Boom Beach.
Yeah. So, of course, because we're a daily operation, or we're a task force which does daily operations, well, today we're not doing one because we didn't collect enough intel to make it happen. So that means we're skipping this entire day, so that way the intel can build up, so that way we can do it back to back from the upcoming days on forward. Now here's where you guys come in, because we're looking for new people to join our ranks, and essentially we're looking for people who are willing to join a group of players who are really willing to get better at the game, first of all. If you're already good at the game, that's great, but we're not looking for people with a huge ego. So if you've been a part of the Earth Task Force, don't go and tell us what we should do if we already got our own way. So what we got in place, our system, the way we are doing the takedowns already works for us. All we need is people to plug in with us and join in the Discord server and actually have a lot of fun. Now, the only requirements that we have as the task force is we need 50 intel per week. Which is easily accessible. Can you give that example again with your other account that you're having?
Yeah, so I've actually multiple accounts, but even with my third account, my lowest level account, which is currently a 39 experience level account, I still make 50 intel easily a week, and that's only with playing roughly about 2 hours on it, maximum a day, but usually like 30 minutes a day.
There you have it. So
you just need to take out all the bases on your map, and you're done.
Yeah, but also just getting the supply chest every single day already helps out a ton, and doing the events, of course. So, and of course the task force operations. So 50 intel, that is going to be easily obtainable. Yes. As far as requirements for level, basically you need 400 victory points. If you have 400 victory points, we feel that you are at the level where you can become a help in the task force, no matter how bad your skill level is. Because the reason why we're making these screenshots is in order to improve and help players out. So if you have these screenshots at your disposal, you literally just follow it as they're being told, you will be able to take down operation bases like a master, and in no time you get some experience with the game and you'll be able to do stuff on your own, making it more easy for you to actually take down bases on your game. Because sometimes we're actually can you tell something about the Zuka week that we have been doing before, and how some people have progressed over the time that we've been doing those?
Yeah, definitely. So let me preface that by saying a little bit more on to that subject, because when we're getting low on intel, we sometimes do like all Zuka training weeks, and so we can better our skill at the game. And this is because the core value of Redemption is just improving your game. We're strict in the way that we operate, but that's the core value that we have. Yeah. So one of the best examples of this particular situation is one of our officers, Slogo Man. This is a guy 16 years old. So he's a young guy, and when he came into the task force, he had 0 all Zuka experience, and he kind of messed up a couple of times. Yeah. But that's not really an issue for our task force, because what we care about is that you actually apply yourself and take in the feedback that you receive towards becoming a better player. And he really took this to heart. And because of that, at the current level that he is, he's not even being a maxed out player, he's one of the best all Zuka players we have in our task force at this moment. And that's simply because his technical skills is really good, and he always, even while being one of the best all Zuka players that there is, always open to feedback and to tips on how to improve his game. And this is what makes him such a valuable asset. And because it shows that he has no ego, he is really good with his attacks, and he's also always willing to help out others with planning their attacks and giving them his advice based on the knowledge that he has. And that's the way that we all try to operate in this task force.
Yeah, I cannot wait until Slogoman actually maxes out his landing crafts, because most of his landing crafts are not even level 7. Some of them are level 17, but most of them are behind. So yeah, you can actually get some gold over here because my operation reward came in. So in essence, we're looking for new people to join in. 50 intel is a requirement, attack on a daily basis. But one thing, Discord is a requirement, because we want to be able to communicate with you guys. And you guys all know how the chat is right now. It is not the best system in place. Of course, you have the ability to see that people have been chatting, and you're able to pin messages, or not anymore, I don't know. Like, let me test, real quick test. Yeah, I can actually pin messages, but that's besides the point. The point is, we are always in for communication. That is the number one thing. Communication is key. If you're not going to be able to make an operation, then at least tell us. Tell us that you're not going to be able to make it, and we can make an exception for you if it's within our possibility, of course. The last thing I want to be wrapping up on is what you can expect from us. When it comes down to the task force, is you're able to learn, but our leadership is something that I very much value. These guys, I trust them with the task force. These co-leaders are doing a tremendous job on giving all players feedback, leading the officers that are also like a higher function within the task force, but also just help out people. And the co-leaders, we got 3 co-leaders. One is GaurAfro, which is right on the call. Then, of course, we got Nels. Nels is a really great guy over here, level 49 in the game. And we got Pinny as well. And we are all over 18 years old, so we're a little bit more mature. We all got like experience when it comes down to leading stuff. And we're just generally always talk together about whenever we want to promote somebody, whenever we feel someone is not really doing their job as an officer, we demote them, but usually we construct it in a way that they understand what's been happened, and then half of the time it goes alright. And even though people left because they didn't feel like these changes that I'm talking about right now, the structurized and organized way that Redemption is running right now, this is something that started very recently, maybe the last month or so, where we're really focused on progressing as a group together, and the results have been quite astonishing, quite frankly, especially after the All-Zuka training. So we only have 25 members. If we really work well together, we could probably take down Operation Stronghold, but imagine the potential that our task force would have if you guys would be joining in. So I'm inviting you guys to join in, just hop in. If you don't think it's gonna be fun or something like that, of course, you know, that's alright. But give us a chance if you want to get a little bit better, if you want a good group of people to join in. And there's definitely possibilities within reasoning to get you promoted, as long as you're active, involved in the task force, and constructive. So, do you got anything else to add to what I just said?
No, I mean, it's all pretty clear. I just like want to send in the message again, because
sure,
the core values is really easy. It's like we're all here to have fun, because Boom Beach is a game which is supposed to be fun, of course. But the thing that we really try to hammer down on is just improving the aspect of attacking and working together. So we're really strict in applying that. Yeah. But the other side of that is that whenever you want help or need extra guidance, all the core members, all the officers, all the co-leaders, they will all help you out with all the knowledge that they have to help you progress in whatever area you need inside of Boom Beach. Because we're all here to help each other out, but we don't have time for anyone that has ego. And that's partly the reason why we got a lot smaller, because some people weren't really dedicated to that goal of becoming better, and other people were just too much of, if I may say, assholes to fit in within Redemption.
Well, I usually don't swear, so it's okay, but I'll let this one slide. But yeah, some people were showing off an attitude. This is something that we definitely do not appreciate within our task force. So, yeah, I'll leave every single bit of information around our task force. I'm doing an NPC-based attack right now. I'll leave every single bit of information revolving around our task force in the video description down below. If this conversation that I had with GaurAfro to pitch you guys to check out our task force piqued any interest within yourself and maybe like a couple of friends of yourself, very important to understand English is a priority. Even though like some people, like we had some people from the Philippines. It's all great and all, but don't start to discuss things in Filipino, because other people would not be able to understand what you're saying. So all English task force, 400 victory points and up, 50 intel per week, which we already know it's completely possible. Doesn't matter if you're a student, a dad, or whatever, or if you got kids, or if you're a grandpa, or if you're really young. You definitely have the possibility, if you're dedicated to the game a little bit, to get 50 intel per week, attack on a daily basis, and have Discord. Those are the requirements to join in. If you are interested, please, we are waiting for you. So yeah, got any final remarks that you wish to make on top of that?
I hope people enjoy joining in Redemption. And of course, if people like this type of explanation of the way that our operations operate, maybe we can do something like this in the future again.
For sure, man. Yeah, I was just gonna say that too. Like, if you guys like this and you want us to analyze task force operation attacks, then make sure to let us know in the comment section down below. Okay, GaurAfro, thank you so much for your time. That's all the time we have for now. I'm gonna quickly wrap up because I still got some stuff to pack in. So yes, thank you so much for being with us today here.
No problem, man. Happy to be here and happy to help out.
Alright, so that's gonna be it for this episode. As always, make sure that if you guys like this video, to boom, give it a thumbs up. And that being said, this has been Reverse alongside with my co-lead GaurAfro of Redemption. We are gonna be signing off and we'll see you guys in the next one.